Could you help me?
Me? No, I don't think I'm adept enough to teach about trans. Except in the case of the four limbs. I was trying to point that out.
Yeah, it's 2 different profiles from each direction.
No, we discussed it earlier. When you're trans, you get 4 limbs.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, 4 legs.
Yeah, you get 4
Is that
arms.
just like an HRT thing that you just need to wait a little bit longer?
Maybe. They're the experts. They were telling me about it.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that.
I've heard of like
no
this
expert.
one like
was-
urban
yeah.
legend where like this trans person had like 2 legs and was visible. That was like really crazy.
I've never heard of that.
Their legs work?
Is that why you're
I don't
in a
even
wheelchair?
know.
Is that why you're in a wheelchair?
Yes, my legs kind of work, but not quite as well as they should. So I can
So
walk.
you decided to be
fine,
handicapped
but-
VR as well?
Well, I was using the wheelchair and like I was sitting in the looking
You
in
don't
my
have to
personal
use
mirror.
a
I'm like,
wheelchair
that
in
doesn't.
your, you know that, right?
I'm using a wheelchair right now.
Yeah, but you don't have to. This is VR.
Yeah, but I chose to. Well, Kate
Oh.
chose to.
Kate chose to? Is that a different person?
One of our alters.
So you have multiple of you?
Yeah.
Which one's fronting?
Ruby. Whole Halo system. That's all in our bio. Who's who. But yeah, no. So in like the words. What are words?
Oh, their language. I was actually trying to learn how to
Their
speak
language.
trans earlier.
Yeah, interesting.
But they only schedule the teachings during unemployment hour. Ruby must not be the talker. Which one is?
Well, no, I'm Kate and I are the talkers.
You could have fooled me.
Just because there's not a constant stream of words coming out of my mouth 24/7, that means I'm
No,
not a
you're just
talker.
not very coherent with trying to get across. That's all.
Damn. Okay. But basically, so Kate we have a personal mirror up most of the time, and
Is that so you
she
can remember
got the
who's fronting?
wheelchair. No, just because we like it. And so she was sitting in the wheelchair because she's using the wheelchair, and there's not a better seat in the room. We need to get a better seat. But so she's like this, and like it's fun to like wheel around with a wheelchair. Good stem. And she didn't feel like that's not me. There's no wheelchair, and so she made the wheelchair. And got it to track, and we tilt the wheelchair back.
Wait, let me try and say that.
You have trackers on your wheelchair?
No, it just uses like full body
That'd be
tracking,
so
like
cool,
the position of my back
I feel like that's a waste of
relative to it.
Yeah,
I did
definitely
consider
is.
it, but just using the back position works. And it can infer the angle from that.
money. Was Ruby ever scared that you're stealing Kate's wheelchair?
What?
I thought Kate wanted the wheelchair.
I'm not stealing the wheel. What?
That's Kate's.
It's ours.
Oh, you sure?
Yes. Why would we not?
Are any of them possessive?
None of us are especially possessive. Like,
Why not?
we sure. Why would we?
Why wouldn't you be? Don't you want them to be individuals?
Also, I would appreciate not like they are not like objects. Like the way
Like,
it's sounding. Like,
How did
Like-
you infer that I was treating them as objects when I said that they should be individuals? Isn't that in direct contradiction to objectifying them in some
No.
capacity?
Here's a point.
There, I guess closer would be I'm not in control of the others and like deciding, yes, no, you should be this and you should be this. We all just are what we are.
But you were already
it's-
deciding that you all should share, were you not?
Well, we all
Download and not save the
felt, none of us felt like
You know, you're kind of
being
speaking for
possessive.
everyone
downloaded
now.
it.
we have communication amongst us all.
So you speak
like,
for all of
So
us?
we can more or less.
I mean, the way I did it was
Okay.
different.
Like I don't not everything I say represents all
come
of
over
us,
here,
but
come
I
over
can like say things on behalf of all of us.
Okay. Yeah, you're the
It's
leader.
strange.
Yeah. No.
How not?
How much experience do you have with people who are systems?
A few.
Okay, because we don't have like we have Kate is the host. She's the one who fronts most of the time. She's the one who has the job. She's the one. Like one thing we are possessive over is like we've got stories that we read online and on site Royal Road, and we are possessive over which stories each of us read because it's very easy for one of us to read 3 chapters ahead and then realize, fuck, this is Ruby's story, and then I won't remember because we have DID and like none of us remember anything that the other or pretty much anything that the others remember.
So Kate won't remember this at all? That you spoke for her?
I mean, Kate won't necessarily remember. Like, she's fine with it. I can communicate with her in the back. She won't necessarily remember. For the most part, our experience from the back, there isn't really any memory formed there. Aside from traumatic incidents, which is fun. But the brain, yes. So she won't remember the conversation if there's specific information that she gets prompted or winds up looking for. I can provide it from the back when she's in the front, but she won't herself remember the entirety of the conversation.
Okay,
Like I
so
can
you
give
can
her the
speak
bullet
outside
points.
of
So
any
she
of the
won't-
other alters. You can say things for them that they might not want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your alter specifically won't remember, but the host will remember.
No. Each of us has basically separate memories. And if, you know what, Kate's better at explaining this stuff. Okay.
I'm just realizing that I've only spoken to Kate.
Yeah,
That
no, I'm out most of the time. But so the way our memories basically work, each of us has a separate memory. If I say something, if something happens to me, unless we do something about it, none of the others will remember the conversation. So I don't remember all of your conversation with
Yeah,
Ruby.
I remember.
I can ask Ruby and she can give me like the bullet points and some
Yeah,
little
Ruby
details.
was
and
talking for
stuff.
the rest of your system. Kind of fucked. I think she's getting a little bit too possessive.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, what the fuck you?
What do you mean?
So
You just said you didn't
she's
remember
getting
the
too possessive.
conversation. Yeah.
She,
I'm just letting you know that
she's getting
Ruby's
too-
trying to take over a bit.
what the fuck? No, that's
yeah, she
not
was
how
speaking
any
for
of
all
this
your other
works.
alters. Ask her.
I know that.
Oh, so you remember that part of the conversation?
No, I
Oh, then you should
asked
probably ask
her,
her.
and she showed me that part of the conversation. I have no issues with that.
So you
with
have
the
no
things
issues
that
with her
she
speaking
said.
for you and the rest of the system?
God, generally no, because
Okay.
we don't misrepresent each other or anything. Like
That you know of.
the fuck? What?
Well, you don't retain full memory, so they could be hiding something from you.
Yeah. First of all, kind of. It's difficult to keep secrets, like fully keep secrets.
But it's not
among
impossible.
us, but it's not impossible. We do it for some things, specifically things that are so fucking traumatic that the others can't be allowed to remember them. However,
Or for things that they want that they don't want you to know.
are you trying to make us like doubt and like kind of have conflict in us? Like what
Not
is your
particularly.
goal in this? What is your goal in this
think-
conversation?
I'm just having a
I
conversation.
think he's trying to ask, like, how do you know exactly what type of secrets they would try to keep if there's supposed to be secrets that you wouldn't know about?
I trust them all. We trust each other.
I
Like
wouldn't. Ruby says that some of them are becoming very possessive.
what the fuck? She
That's
did
what
not
she
say
said.
that.
Ask her.
She talked about being like the stories
Yeah,
that we
being more
read.
of an individual.
And that is simply because one of us will start reading it. And then problem with that is, let's say there's a story that Ruby reads. She's actually done this a couple times accidentally with stories that I've read. And that's why we have this whole system now down. So I'm reading
created the
story,
system because you
going through
couldn't remember stories or wanted
chapters.
to experience them differently.
Let me explain. I'm reading the story, yada, chapter 15 or whatever. And then Ruby's fronting and she goes onto the phone and is like, oh, this story. And like, she knows what the story is because she looks for that information and it kind of just involuntarily, like I just go, oh yeah, here's the information. There's some degree of information sharing. And we don't have like full, like, and why wouldn't I tell her what the story is? So she goes, ooh, that's a
Because
cool
she
story.
wouldn't
And she
remember
reads it.
if one of
And
the
she
other
reads ahead
systems
of,
were being in use.
and she reads ahead 10 chapters. The problem with that is now, if I go back and try to read those 10 chapters, it'll be hard, A, to remember them because a lot of the information will just find its way back to who owns it, Ruby, and B,
But couldn't you just
like
ask Ruby for the information and recall it immediately?
it's complicated. And B, when I'm reading it, like I'll know what's going to happen
'Cause you've
like,
read it.
Because we've all read it, and like I'm like, what? Like, anytime I look for details of like what's going to happen, it just, oh yeah, no, I know. Like I don't remember the experience of reading it, and so because of this minor conflict, nobody got really angry. I got a little bit annoyed because there was a couple stories I really enjoyed that Ruby wound up taking. That's fine. We were figuring this stuff out.
Who's
so
Nobi?
now what?
Did you say Nobi?
No,
Oh,
like
your mic must have cut out.
there's like
I thought there was
there
more
was a
than
little
what was
bit of
on the
annoyance,
list.
a little bit of annoyance, like when we first were figuring this out. But that's why we decided, like, we started making sure that whoever's fronting is actually the one who's kind of been reading that story. And since then, it hasn't really been an issue. Ruby doesn't read my stories. I don't read Ruby's stories. Yet, and that's that.
So
and
they
it's
can
not
get
like
angry outside of yourself?
we can get angry between each other. Yes, that has happened once.
Okay.
And I won't go into that. But in general, we work together as basically a team. That's
That
kind of
you know
how we
of.
all view each other.
That's what you assume.
What
right?
do you?
Well, I mean, I'm just
So-
saying, if they have the ability to get angry and do things outside of what the host can remember, then they have the ability to keep secrets and also do things that would be negative towards the system. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I trust them. There's a thing
I mean,
called
trust can only go so far.
Yes. If I found out that one of them was doing really fucked up stuff,
Well,
that
you wouldn't
would
find
be.
out. Can't remember.
Yes, I probably would because finding evidence of it, hearing about it from my partners, like what, and also it's difficult to completely block everyone out from the back. And so if there is something that, like, I don't get what you're getting at here.
I'm asking
I keep
questions
telling
about
you
your
that
system. I'm not getting at anything.
No, you're saying that I should be distrustful of the others because
I didn't say
I
that at
can't
all.
know.
I said said
I
it's a
can't remember.
possibility. I didn't say you should. It sounds like you are a little bit inquisitive at the fact that you might be being betrayed by one of your alters, but that's neither here nor there.
Fuck?
I mean, you
No.
just seem really
Okay.
irritated about it.
I seem irritated that you are telling me.
I just feel
that
like if you
I
had
can't
full trust in your
others.
system, you wouldn't.
Yes,
be
I
as-
trust.
I don't know about that. Why are you defending it so hard then?
Like, so you're saying if I go back, what were you saying about like if I was trusted? I forget what.
Oh, did you
Like-
switch? Did someone else
No.
grab the seat?
No,
Oh.
I was just talking and like latency and stuff. I missed it. Like, so I don't. This isn't the same. Like these relationships aren't the same. I don't want. To, but like, let's say you and your best friend you've been together for your entire lives.
Yeah.
Trust each other you would trust each other with your life.
Sure.
And someone's like, well, you're not there 24/7. You don't see what they do when you're not around.
Yeah, it's completely possible.
Why
that
do
they
you
could be
trust them?
betraying me or trying to kill me or drug me? I don't trust anyone. Humans are terrible creatures.
Okay.
I think he's coming from like, what if it was like a separate human being type of thing?
No, that's what
Yeah,
he's saying.
that's not.
Or she. Eh? Is Kate a she?
She.
Yeah.
We
Well,
have
she.
you're saying from the perspective of a whole nother body.
Oh,
while
not at
they're
all.
Sharing a body.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
yeah.
It's the same thing
Like, we
because they're
are
not
all working
together,
together.
at, 24/7. They don't remember everything. So
Maybe not
they have the
mentally, but
ability
physically.
to betray
They
each
share
other.
the same space.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
I don't remember pretty much anything before the age of 7. Ruby doesn't remember much after the age of like 19. But why does that matter?
I don't know. You brought it up.
We are all working together to get through life. A lot of systems have adversarial relationships between some of the alters. We don't.
That you're aware of.
We don't.
Okay.
As far as any of us are aware,
Yeah.
we don't.
I'd just be careful is all.
I mean, like, for example, like, what if one of your alters is just like a complete sociopath
It's completely possible.
and they're just hiding it?
I mean, sure, like, but
I'm just saying you should watch out for you and, the ones that aren't trying to kill you.
okay, whatever.
All right.
You are not listening.
No, I am. Listen to everything you said.
But when I tell you that we trust each other and that we are all working together to get through this fucked up so far, like our
Yeah, I
childhood
know
was
what you're
really
saying,
fucked up.
but you can't
And
say
we're all
that.
working
You
together.
can't say that in finality because you don't know.
It's like trusting a friend. They still have the potential to stab you in the back.
Yeah,
And to me before.
but
It's okay. It's okay to believe it
to
and
have someone
trust
walk
it,
up
but
to
that
you
doesn't mean that it's true.
like walk up to you and you're talking about your friend and they're like, but they might stab you in the back. I'm like, no, they wouldn't do that. I've known them for years. We have nothing but a good relationship.
Just because
but
you know someone
you
for
don't
years
know
and
that.
there's no signs doesn't mean
You
that
don't
it can't
know that.
happen.
You should watch your back. You should make sure, be careful around them because they might stab you in the back. Like insulting. B,
Oh, why is that insulting?
because you're insulting all of us.
How is it an insult?
The thing
That
is,
I can point
like,
out
even
that something can happen?
that can actually.
I can't be the only one who's saying this.
I mean, you're the only one getting offended about it, that's for sure. I've been pretty cut and dry. I don't think Kate liked me very much.
Me neither.
Yeah, Ruby was a lot more fun to talk to.
So be.
I came from the mud, no silver spoon in sight. Had to hustle in the dark just to bring my life some life. You can check the stats.